When Marcus texted me, "Mom, we had to cancel the family trip. Finances won't allow it. We'll reschedule for later," I believed him. I worked all summer long taking extra shifts while they, as they told me, were also working hard to recover financially. 3 weeks later, I opened Instagram and saw the truth. My daughter-in-law, Chantel, had posted photos of a Caribbean cruise. My whole family was there. Marcus in a crisp white linen shirt smiling under the sun. Chantel in a fancy expensive coral dress. My grandkids Jamal and Naomi sporting designer straw hats that cost a fortune on those ships. Even Chantel's parents, Chuck and Eleanor Ho, were in the picture toasting with champagne. Everyone but me. The caption read, "Unforgettable family vacation." Unforgettable. That word felt like a rusty knife twisting in my chest. I stayed quiet. I didn't cry. I didn't yell. I didn't call them. I simply held my silence and continued with my life as if nothing had happened. But in that instant, something inside of me broke forever. 3 weeks after the discovery, my phone vibrated at 7 o'clock in the morning. It was Marcus. "Mom, I urgently need $6,000. Credit card issue. I'll pay you back next month." I read the message 5 times. Every word was a slap in the face. $6,000. Urgent as always, just like it had been for the last 8 years. My fingers were trembling when I typed the reply. "Ask your wife's family." For words that changed everything. For words that cost me decades of submission, but which gave me something I never imagined. Freedom. Marcus tried to call 17 times that day. I didn't answer any of them. Chantel sent me a lengthy message full of confusing explanations about misunderstandings and surprises. I deleted it without reading the whole thing. That same afternoon, I went to the bank and closed the joint account we had shared for years. I canceled the extra cards they held in their names. I blocked the automatic transfers. And for the first time in nearly a decade, I breathed without feeling a hand on my throat. But to understand why those 4 words were so powerful, I need to go back to the beginning. I need to tell you how a 73-year-old black woman who worked her entire life ended up being the ATM for her own family. How a mother's love became a gilded trap she didn't know how to escape. It all started 8 years ago when my husband Earl passed away and left me alone with a paid-for house, a decent pension, and some savings. I was devastated, but Marcus seemed even more affected. He was my only son, my reason for living, and seeing him suffer broke my heart. One afternoon, 2 months after the funeral, he came to visit with Chantel. They sat on the very couch where I'm remembering all this now. And Marcus took my hand with that tenderness he always knew how to use so well. "Mom, I need to ask you for something," he said softly. "Chantel and I want to throw a special sweet 16 party for Naomi. You know how she is so sensitive, so fragile. But with the expense of Dad's funeral and the economy, we just can't swing it. I know it's a lot to ask, but could you lend us $10,000? I promise we'll pay you back in 6 months." I looked at Chantel. She nodded with a perfect smile, one of those she probably practiced in the mirror. "It's just a temporary loan, Ruby. We want Naomi to have a beautiful memory of this milestone. You understand, right?" Of course, I understood. I was the grandmother. I was the one who had to understand. I was the one who had just lost her husband and needed to feel useful. I needed to feel like I still mattered to someone. So, I said yes. I transferred the $10,000 the next day. Naomi had her party at an upscale private venue with colored lights and a chocolate fountain. I sat at a back table watching my granddaughter dance happily. They never paid me back. They never mentioned it again, and I never asked. 6 months later came the next request. Mom, we need to remodel the kitchen. The pipes are old and there's a moisture problem. $8,000. Then it was Chantel's car because hers broke down. $12,000. After that, it was the private university for Jamal because the public option wasn't up to par. $45,000. $15,000 per year for 3 years. Each time there was a reason. Each time it was urgent. Each time it was temporary, and each time I opened my account and transferred the money without too many questions because that's what mothers do, right? Sacrifice. Give without expecting anything in return. Be the invisible support holding everything together from the shadows. But what I didn't understand then, what took me years and $60,000 to realize, is that there's a huge difference between helping and being used, between love and manipulation, between family and convenience. The first years after Earl's death were confusing. I was lost in an ocean of loneliness, clinging to any floating board that would keep me afloat. And Marcus knew it. He knew every one of my weaknesses, every vulnerable corner of my heart as a widowed mother. He would visit on Sundays with Chantel and the kids, always with that long hug that made me feel like I still had a family, that I still mattered. Mom, you look tired, he'd say while Chantel made coffee in my kitchen as if she owned the place. You should rest more. We're here for whatever you need. And I felt lucky. How foolish, how blind, how desperately lonely I must have been not to see that those visits always ended with a request wrapped up like a gift. Marcus had a special talent for making his needs sound like family emergencies. He never said, I want. He always said, we need. It was never for him. It was always for the children, for the future, to maintain stability at home. Mom, Jamal needs a math tutor if we want him to get into a good university. Mom, Naomi needs braces urgently. The dentist says if we don't do it now, it'll be worse later. Mom, we need to replace the roof. There are leaks and it could be dangerous. Every argument was solid. Every reason seemed legitimate. And I, who had worked for 53 years as a certified nursing assistant and in hospital housekeeping, who had saved every penny with the discipline of someone who knows what scarcity feels like, opened my wallet again and again. Chantel was subtler, but just as effective. She never asked directly. Instead, she dropped poisoned comments disguised as concern. Oh, Ruby, it's a shame you can't come to Jamal's birthday at the club, but I understand those places are a little too formal for you. It's a pity Naomi can't go on the class trip to Europe with her friends. But hey, not all kids have the same opportunities. And I, feeling guilty for having money while my grandchildren supposedly lacked something, ended up offering help that was never directly requested, but was clearly expected. $3,000 for the trip, $2,000 for the club membership, $100 for Naomi's green graduation dress. Small financial bleedings that added up formed a river of money flowing in only one direction. There were signs I ignored, small alarms I turned off because recognizing them would have meant admitting something too painful. Like that time I drove past their house and saw a brand new SUV in the driveway, a shiny Carnier model with chrome rims reflecting the sun. When I asked Marcus, he said it was borrowed from a friend. 2 months later, I saw Chantel driving it. Or when Naomi posted photos of a weekend at a beach resort, and I mentally calculated that trip must have cost at least $4,000 just 1 month after Marcus told me they were struggling with cash flow. But I stayed silent. I swallowed my doubts. I convinced myself that I was misinterpreting things, that I was just a suspicious old lady, and that if I questioned too much, I would lose the only family connection I had left. The truth is, I was afraid. Afraid of being completely alone. Afraid that if I stopped giving, they would stop coming. Afraid of becoming a forgotten old woman in an empty house, waiting for calls that would never come. So I kept being the generous mother, the involved grandmother, the one who always had an envelope of cash when needed. I settled for the crumbs of attention they threw my way, a 10-minute phone call every week, a monthly visit that lasted less than an hour, photos of my grandchildren I saw on social media because they never sent them to me directly. And I smiled and said everything was fine, that it was enough, that I understood they were busy. But inside something was withering. A part of me was dying of emotional hunger while my bank account was draining. The breaking point began to form 6 months before the cruise, although I didn't know it at the time. Chantel organized a family dinner to celebrate her parents' wedding anniversary. I found out by chance when Naomi mentioned something in a quick FaceTime call. "Grandma, I can't talk long. We are getting ready for Grandpa and Nana Holt's party." I felt a sharp pain in my stomach. Grandpa and Nana Holt, as if I didn't exist. As if I wasn't a grandmother, too. I called Marcus that night. "Son, Naomi mentioned a dinner." There was an awkward silence on the other end. "Oh, yeah, Mom. It's just something small, intimate. You know how Chantel's family is. Very tight-knit. I don't want you to feel bad, but we thought it would be better this way." I hung up, feeling an emptiness in my chest. I didn't feel bad. I felt invisible, but again, I kept silent. Again, I swallowed the humiliation. Again, I pretended I understood. 2 weeks after that call, Marcus showed up at my door looking worried. "I need to talk to you about something serious, Mom." We went into the living room and he sat on the edge of the couch with his hands clasped as if preparing to deliver bad news. "The company is going through layoffs. There's a chance I might get let go. Chantel is really stressed. The kids need stability. We need a financial cushion for the next few months. Something that will allow us to breathe." He paused for a long time. "Could you lend us $20,000? 20,000? The figure hit me like a punch to the gut. It was more than he had ever asked for at once. "Marcus, that's a lot of money," I said, my voice trembling. "I know, Mom. Believe me, if I had another option, I wouldn't ask you. But you're the only person we can trust. You're our safety net. Please." His eyes had that scared little boy look that always melted me. And once again, I gave in. I transferred the $20,000 on a Tuesday morning. I remember that day perfectly because I had to go to the bank in person to authorize such a large amount. The teller, a young woman with rectangular glasses, asked me 3 times if I was sure. "It's for my family," I said. She nodded with a professional smile, but her eyes said something else. I had seen that look before, that mixture of pity and silent judgment reserved for older women who seemed too naive. I signed the papers without further hesitation because at that moment I still believed I was saving my son from a real crisis. I still believed the money was a temporary bridge to better times. I still believed in the word family. Marcus called me that afternoon, his voice full of relief. "Thank you, Mom. You don't know the weight you've taken off my shoulders. I promise this is temporary. In 6 months, I'll pay you back in full. I swear." I hung up, feeling useful, needed, important. What a bitter irony. The next 2 months were strangely silent. Marcus didn't call as often as before. His texts were short, generic. "All good, Mom. Busy with work." Chantel stopped responding to my messages in the family chat. When I tried to video call the grandkids, they were always busy with homework, friends, or extracurriculars. I started to feel that horrible sensation of being a bother, of interrupting lives that worked perfectly fine without me. One afternoon, I called Marcus directly. I needed to hear his voice. I needed confirmation that I still existed for him. Mom, I can't talk right now. I'm in an important meeting. I'll call you back, he said hurriedly. He never called. That night, I sat in the kitchen with a cup of tea that grew cold while I watched the phone in silence, waiting for something I knew wouldn't arrive. It was Dot, my neighbor from the apartment next door, who made me start questioning things. She was 68, a widow like me, but there was something different about her, a kind of quiet dignity, a self-possession I lacked. One afternoon, she invited me over for coffee. Ruby, forgive me for prying, but I've seen you these past few months, and you look different, quieter. What's going on? And there, without planning it, unable to hold it in anymore, I told her everything. The loans that were never repaid, the broken promises, the feeling of buying crumbs of attention with $100 bills. Dot listened without interrupting, her brown eyes fixed on mine. When I finished speaking, she sighed deeply. Ruby, you aren't a mother. You're a bank, and banks charge interest. Not just financial, but emotional. What are you getting back for everything you give? The question haunted me for days. What was I getting back? Rushed calls, obligatory visits, the privilege of being remembered only when money was needed. A week after that conversation, something small but significant happened. It was Jamal's birthday. My eldest grandson was turning 21. I had bought a gift a month in advance, an expensive genuine leather wallet I knew he would like. I called Marcus to ask what time the family gathering would be. There was an awkward silence. Mom, Jamal just wants something small this year, just with his friends. You know how young people are now, but I'll take your gift to him. Don't worry. I hung up, feeling something new. It wasn't sadness. It was rage. Rage that I wasn't even invited to the periphery of their lives. Rage that Jamal had had 21 birthdays and I had been present at every single one. I had paid for several. And now I didn't even deserve an hour of his time. That night, I opened my laptop and reviewed my bank statements for the last 8 years. I had never done it systematically. I had never added it all up because I was afraid to see the final number. But that night, I needed to know. I needed to quantify exactly how much it had cost to maintain the illusion that I mattered. I opened a spreadsheet and started typing. Naomi's suite $16,000. Kitchen $8,000. Chantel's car $12,000. Jamal's university 3 years $45,000. Roof $7,000. Class trip $3,000. Club membership $2,000. And I kept adding dresses, tutors, medical emergencies for which I never saw bills, repairs for things that never broke. I opened a spreadsheet and started typing. Naomi's suite $16,000. Kitchen $8,000. Chantel's car $12,000. Jamal's university 3 years $45,000. Roof $7,000. Class trip $3,000. Club membership $2,000. And I kept adding dresses, tutors, medical emergencies for which I never saw bills, repairs for things that never broke. When I reached the end, the number on the screen glowed like an accusation. $62,300, $62,300 in 8 years. I stared at that figure until the numbers blurred. That was my life. That was the exact sum of 53 years of working, saving, sacrificing. And what did I have in return? An empty house, a phone that didn't ring, grandchildren who treated me like an awkward obligation. A son who saw me as a solution